Hello Internet, thanks very much for coming back again. This video is going to be about our Hexa pen kit, and I'm warning you now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about pen design, because before I show you the kit I want to explain why we've gone down the lines that we've gone. Hopefully most of you know by now that we don't just follow the crowd of everyone else with all kinds of bog standard pen kits and other kits for that matter. We like the more unusual stuff. We'll look at things hopefully a slightly different way in order to get some interesting kits and some interesting turning ideas. So I'm going to start off by showing you one of our old kits called the original Byron, a very popular kit, and there's quite a lot of others on the market like it. Now I've got one here, so we'll show you this one, and it's a very nice looking pen kit. I've got to tell you, it's enormously popular, aesthetically very pleasing. This old one's got a little kink in here and a thread down here and two concave pieces in here and a concave bit at the top, and then you unscrew it and you've got a great big thick bit here, and you've got another half the concave bit here, and then another bit of thread, and then another bit of stuff. What I'm about to say is that myself, my wife, and at least 3 or 4 other people who I've asked find it's really not very comfortable to hold at all because of all this, what I can only describe as gubbins all around it. Don't get me wrong, it looks nice, but when there are so many people looking at the likes of nibs and can be so fussy about nibs, you begin to wonder why they're prepared to compromise on a pen design like that. So we've gone right back to the drawing board and started again, and our criteria for the Hexa was to have a pen kit that when you're writing with it, it has none of that stuff whatsoever, and it's designed to be extremely comfortable to actually write with. It's called the Hexa, which isn't going to be a big surprise to you because the cap on the top is hexagonal and it's quite a big cap. It makes it quite a heavy kit when it's all assembled together, and you'll see that it maybe looks a slightly odd shape, and the reason that odd shape and the pen cap doesn't meet the body is because the only way you can have a pen like that with absolutely no threads, joins, lumps, bumps, steps or whatever is to have a separate cap, and that is what we've gone for. When the cap is off, this is extremely light, very, very comfortable to write with. I know because several people have tested it, I've tested it, and it's just really, really nice to write with. So this is what I describe as a writer's pen, not a designer's pen. This is a writer's pen, and it clicks in place, and it clicks in place because we didn't want a thread here. It's a nice positive click in there, and I have to say everyone that we've shown it to so far absolutely loves it. I think it's probably one of those pens you either love it or hate it. But anyway, what I'm going to do is show you everything that's in the kit itself, and then I'm going to do a quick turn using one of our, I think it's called a cornflower blank, this one, that we do. It's a pretty simple kit. It doesn't take any special drill sizes. It's a 10mm drill size. I'm going to pop it on the lathe, quickly turn it, polish it up and show you the assembly, which again is pretty straightforward but hopefully helpful to someone out there and nice to see a kit being made. Finally, whilst I'm stood here wittering away, what I will say is, as you'll see, I don't have massive fancy workshops. I don't have acres of space. I don't do bullshit either, I'm afraid, nor the utopia of this perfect pen that you see, you know, as a presentation that you never actually see the bits of before you buy it. That's not how we do things at Prokraft. It's down to earth. And the thing that you will see me make today is what you will see a picture of at the end, and very probably on the website too. That's the way we like to do things, to keep it real, to show you anything that I do here that you could do at home as well. Right, I'm going to shut up and get on with the hopefully slightly more interesting bits. So this is a kit exactly as it comes. It's going to rustle. It doesn't come with the blank, that's separate. I've just cut that to size. Let's have a look what we get in the kit, and also how it's packed as well. So we've got our cap in there, we've got our little end cap there, and it's not a big end cap for a reason that I'll come to later. Our tube, a nib connector there, a black ink cartridge, or an ink cartridge, who knows, in the future they may change, an ink converter, and in here we have the nib and nib section, very nicely wrapped in tissue. He said that confidently because I hadn't unwrapped it before. There we go. There's the nib section there. So that's what we get in the kit. What I'm going to do is drill out the blank now, insert the tube, and then we'll just do a quick turn and polish. I'm starting with a blank that's around about 85mm long. I've got a centre finder in here just to start off and make sure I get the centre of the blank before I drill out with a 10mm drill. My apologies for the camera going out of focus. I think it's full of dust and probably nearly new camera time, but there we go. There is our hole drilled, there's our tube, and it fits quite nicely in there, just drops in and drops out again. You'll find if you have a tube that's tight, quite often what that means is you haven't drilled it quite straight. So if you get any slight wobble in the drill when it goes in, what that means is it's not going in dead straight into the blank, and that's why these can be a bit more difficult. Could be slightly tighter on wood as well, because wood fibres expand after drilling, so it's sometimes worth drilling wood 2 or 3 times just to make sure you've got the hole the right size. I'll glue that in now, and then we'll trim up the ends. I've got a transfer punch in here in my Jacobs chuck. I've got an arbor blank at this end with a bit of sandpaper on. This is what I'm going to use for trimming off the end of the blank. Now what I will say is, when the traffic's finished, I've trimmed off nearly down to the tube already. You only need to do the last little bit on here, otherwise you'll use lots of these discs. I'll sell you as many as you like, but if you don't want to use them if you don't have to. So we'll just pop that up and trim the blank off down to its brass tube. I also have to say, because this kit doesn't have a mechanism, unlike particularly clip mechanisms, you can actually make it, if you make it a bit longer or a bit shorter, it doesn't really matter. I now have a Hexa bushing set, and I'm going to mount the blank between stainless steel bushings, and I'm going to turn between centres on here. These will fit on a mandrel if you want them to, but I don't really see why anyone would choose to turn on a mandrel unless they absolutely have to. This is a much better, far more accurate way. You don't need too much pressure that way, but you do need it really, really fast. So little pressure, lock it off, really fast speed to turn this down. And when I've found my tool rest, that's exactly what I'll do. Now I'm going to stop here briefly. My apologies, the autofocus on this camera isn't working, so right, this video is going to take a while because I keep having to turn the camera on and off. I've stopped here, and you'll see there's a little step at the end. Now, as I've said before, this kit is designed that it doesn't have any steps or anything in. However, if you want to make the pen body slightly closer to the size of the cup, you can do. What you will do is compromise on the step when you're actually holding the pen. Some people might not bother about it. It just annoys me, to be honest, that you'd compromise, but you can do it. And another thing you can do, and I'll cover this more at the end, this is for people that watch my video all the way through. Here's one I made the other day, and I've actually made the body hexagonal, and you'll say, oh, that's not turning, but you do have to turn it, and I'll explain at the end how I've managed to do that. You have to turn it and then cut the surfaces down, but you can make it bigger. But as I said before, what you get is that compromise in just a slight step around the edge there, which isn't one I'm particularly happy with, albeit I'm quite happy with the actual pen kit, when it's like that. But to actually hold and use, I prefer to have it all in one. So I'm just going to turn this completely flat and straight for the purposes of today's exercise. So I'm going to pop that on the buffing wheel now. Hopefully I'll try and zoom in, but I'll say this. Oh, is it working? Yes, it's sort of working. Hopefully you can see I've got a bit of a shine. I can just see the tube slightly through there, which is slightly disappointing, but as I said at the start, what we do is a warts and all video here, so I'm just going to pop that on the buffing wheel and give it a final shine. But I've used the Prokraft acrylic paste on there, and it does a pretty good job, and it does it very, very quickly indeed. So finally, all that's left to do is the assembly. Now, for the assembly, I'm going to take a little brass ring here, pop it on the end of the nib section. I'm going to unscrew the nib section because you can't squash that in a vise or a pen press. So what I'm left with is just the chrome end piece and the nib connector, and we're going to pop that into a finished blank like so. It's pretty straightforward. And if I've done it right, which I appear to have, you won't know, but I can't feel any edge on there at all. And then all I've got to do is to pop in the little round end cap. And it doesn't matter which way your blank is facing, because it's the cap that's got the clip on it, so that will just spin round and sit wherever you want it to when it's finished. There we go, and I can then screw the nib section back in like so, and there it is, finished. And it is really, like the other one, really comfortable to hold. As I say, if you want to make it longer, you can do. The only thing left to do now is to just take the cap. Actually, I'll use one of the other caps. There we go, just take the cap and pop that on there. Right, now I mentioned and showed you earlier the wooden one. Let's have a look at that. I said halfway through the video I was going to talk to you about this pen and how I did it. It's really not that difficult. It does still involve turning. What you have to do is measure the widest part of the cap up here, which I think is about 14.6 millimeters, something like that. You then need to turn the pen body to that diameter, absolutely straight, as straight as you can get it. And then the way I did this was simply to put it in a vise, and I just use a hand plane to plane it down, and I use the pen cap just to hold up to the end whilst I plane down to get the right width. This isn't absolutely perfect, it's pretty close, but it is my first attempt, so it can be done, and the people that have seen this and picked it up have gone, oh, that's rather nice. So there's something else that you can do with it as well if you want to, but as I said at the start, you compromise a little bit because you're going to get a step on there, and for me that just rather ruins the feel of actually using a pen. But each to their own. What I like isn't necessarily what everyone else likes. So there we go, that's one idea for you. There is the one that we've turned today, that I say it's quite a nice blank. I can see the tube very slightly through there, but it's really quite nice, that. And there's the one I started off showing you earlier, and they all just clip on and off. It's a good positive click, and you'll certainly know that's in your pocket because of the weight of the top. So as always, I hope that's helpful. Apologies for the camera if it went fuzzy in the middle. I think it's time for a new camera because the autofocus isn't working quite as it should do. But thanks very much for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye for now.